Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about scales. Scales are very important for understanding music theory. From scales we get melodies, we also get chords. So the more we know about scales, the more we know about the music that we play. Now what is a scale? A scale is a series of musical pitches arranged in order. The major scale sounds like this. You may have heard that before. And that certain sound is in all different kinds of major scales. So if I play different major scales, they're all going to have that sound. Those sound different from minor scales. This is a minor scale, so you can hear it. Sounds different, doesn't it? So with major scales, we can play songs, we can play melodies, and we can also put those notes together to make chords. With a major scale, there's a certain sequence of whole steps and half steps that make that scale sound the way it does. With a major scale, we start on the note, and then we go up a whole step, another whole step, and then a half step, and another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and a half step. If you're unfamiliar with what whole steps and half steps are, they're real easy on a guitar. A half step on the guitar is just one fret. Just like that. If I go from 3rd fret to 4th fret, or 1st fret to 2nd fret. A whole step is 2 frets. So you go from 3rd fret to 5th fret, for example. So the major scale, we're going to go up a whole step, which is 2 frets, then another whole step, then a half step, 1 fret, then another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and a half step. And when we do that, we create the major scale. I'm going to play this just on one string so you can hear it. So I'm going to start on the 3rd fret on the low E string, which is G. So this is going to be a G major scale. We go up a whole step, then a whole step, then a half step, and a whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And we go back down, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. We can do this starting on any note on any string. So if I move over to the A string, for example, and play a 3rd fret there, that's C, so this is a C major scale. Go up a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Then go back down. Now there are many different ways to play the major scale on the guitar. As you've seen right now, I'm going up and down on one string, but you can also go across the strings too, like this. Oops. I'm going to show you a basic pattern that you can do that to get used to playing scales across the string. I'm going to go back to the low E string to show you how that pattern works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 2nd finger, and to make this a little bit easier, we'll start on the 2nd fret. We'll go up like this. I'm starting with my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the low E string. Then I'm going to play my 4th finger on the 4th fret on the low E string. Then I switch strings. I go over to the A string, play my 1st finger on the 1st fret, then 2nd finger, then 4th finger. Now I switch strings to the D string, play 1st finger, 3rd finger, and 4th finger. So it goes 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And then you go back down. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. Now the beauty about scale patterns on the guitar is that pattern can be played on any fret to get all the different major scales. So I can start it on the 3rd fret and do the same thing. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. I can go all the way up to the 12th fret and do it there. And these are all major scales. These are major scales starting on different notes, but they're still major scales. So for example, when I play that starting with my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, it's a G major scale because that note is G. So practice that pattern, practice it slowly, make sure that you're using good hand technique and make sure you can hear all of those notes clearly.